first artist with a perfect professional record of 7 wins and no losses. He stands 187 centimeters tall and weighs already 74.8 kilograms. Representing Team Nogera Dubai, UAE, and fighting out of Tunisia. Give it up for Mounir, the Sniper Lazzez! And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 11 wins and 1 loss. He stands 178 centimeters tall and weighs already 74.7 kilograms. Representing KHK, MMA, and fighting out of the magnificent Kingdom of Bahrain. Give it up for Eldar Eldarov! For referee instructions, get Misha.
Gentlemen, you know the rules. Protect yourselves at all times and listen to my commands. When I say stop, you stop. Fight hard, fight fair, fight clean. Touch close, step back in your phone.
Big thanks to our mobile telecommunications sponsor, Zain, that's ZAIN.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are watching, you are currently watching history in the making. The first ever super lightweight title. It's for a world title of Brave Combat Federation. Mounir Lazzez taking on Eldar Eldarov. Simply put, Phil, is this striker versus grappler? It's a throwback style fight.
I think it is. We've seen Mounir Lazzez last year in September of Brave 16. He was part of what I believe was the best fight in the history of Brave Combat Federation against Dmitry Homyakovs. But in Eldar Eldarov, you have a man with a devastating wrestling style. And because of that wrestling, that gives rise to his striking because he sits down on his punches.
I do agree that I think Mounir's debut with the promotion was probably one of the best fights in the promotion's history. He showed if incredible fighters hard to get through a very difficult fight and come out on the right side of it, a second round TKO. Eldarov, again, an absolute killer, the head coach at KHK MMA. He's also a head coach of the IMAF team. He's decorated. The only loss on his record, you might have heard of this guy, Habib Nurmagomedov, was the only loss on his career. And of course now trains with Habib.
Habib Nurmagomedov is a dear friend of Brave Combat Federation.
Eldarov almost just having a look to see what Lazzez offers. Showing some faith, punting out the fake jab just to see the reaction of the young Tunisian. Big right hand.
Oh, catches him with the overhand. Lazzez eats it, gives a wry smile back. I like the movement of Lazzez. He's never staying static. He's always popping a jab and moving. He doesn't want to stand square and leave himself susceptible to that takedown game of Eldar Eldarov.
And is this similar to a fight earlier on we've seen where Eldarov is happy to stand here and almost bait Lazzez into that he thinks he's going to be in a stand-up striking contest, and then change levels, right hand again though, just as I say that by Eldarov, but is he trying to bait him into it to get the takedown, Kirk?
He is indeed, but what he's got to look out for is not the hands, but the kicks. I think between the head movement, distance management, and the size of that man's neck, he can handle the hands. The kicks could be another matter.
Mounir Lazzez, of course, does have 2 head kick knockouts on his record, so he's definitely capable of popping the head kick up there.
Both fighters seem to almost have a smile at each other at everything they're throwing. 2 of the best in the business, 2 of the best in the world. Creating history here tonight at Brave Combat Federation 23. Let us know your thoughts. Hashtag BraveCF23. An incredible night of fights. We still have that main event to come.
So far, Eldar Eldarov is keeping up his side of the bargain that he made at the press conference, saying, yes, I will stand with you. And just as I say that, commentators curse strikes and he shoots in for a devastating power single.
Takedown. At first it looked like Lazzez was going to survive it, but look at this, picking up the legs, pulling him away from the cage. And Lazzez, he's got to know this was coming, Keurig, so he's been training, I'm sure, for this. What does he need to do, and mentally, what does this do for him?
He's doing it. He just did it. Knee, elbow, foot, hand, up to standing. Now he's got to break the grip, or he's going to get sent. on a short trip by Air Eldar. It's got to break the grip on those hands.
Eldarov on the back end. It's good balance so far, Phil. By Lazzez up against the cage. Wide base, trying to keep his balance.
Good knee from Eldar Eldarov. What he's trying to do is take Lazzez down on that side that he has the arm ripped around so that he can't post out and can't brace himself on that.
Gets the left hook in and is trying to slither his way onto the back of the Tunisian fighter.
Eldar Eldarov, not just a wrestler. Of his 11 professional wins, 8 have come by way of submission.
If the sniper can return to standing, it's huge in this fight, because in order for him to win, it's got to happen standing.
Just getting past the final minute of the opening round here. Eldarov is just trying to soften up Lazzez with some short shots and trying to work his way onto the back, perhaps.
Suffocating pressure from Eldar. Well, once he gets a hold of you, he leaves virtually no space. The only space he does leave is to allow himself to throw strikes.
Those knees to the hips are extremely intelligent. A couple more of those and the kicks simply won't be as sharp.
That's an investment for later rounds, Carrick.
You can see the intelligence in Eldarov. Everything he's doing, he's throwing shots and landing and working and not even making the referee think there's not a lot happening. Throwing the big left hands here as well, but each time he's always working, he's never stopping, he's always looking to progress, be it to land shots, knees, a tap on the back of appreciation by Mounir Lazzez to Eldar Eldarov. Gentlemen, history has been made. We've just had the first round in a title fight at 165.
And we got to watch it. Quick shout out to AD Sport.
Let's recap that first round. Eldar showing that he's proficient on the feet as well, slipping and ripping with big overhands. Mounir trying to move as best he can, and then the shoot from Eldar Eldarov.
And again, it's something I said, and I posed the question to Kieran, Phil, but what I said is he trying to bait him into getting a takedown, and just as you were complimenting him standing, of course, he went for that takedown.
But he illustrated why he is considered such a phenom in the wrestling realm of mixed martial arts. With that takedown, he secured the takedown and then stuck to Mounir Lazzez like glue, landing the shots, scoring the points.
Well, he got comfortable on the feet with him. I'll be interested to see if Eldarov waits as long this time round. He's talking out to somebody in the crowd. It's Eldarov. And the referee, I noticed that on the way in as well. They were wiping Lazzez down an awful lot. Both fighters stand in the center of the cage, staring each other down.
That was intense.
But yeah, the referee is just making sure to towel off Lazzez. Underway in round 2. Can Lazzez get forward momentum with the threat of the takedown? Goes with that kick.
That big head kick we were talking about. Eldar smiles back at him.
Eldarov buries that into the tie. Again, work on that side that he was landing them knees against the cage.
Lazzez looks a little bit more flat-footed. It's almost, it's like you alluded to, Carrick, those knees to the thighs from Eldar Eldarov to Mounir Lazzez may have taken a little bit of the pop off the step of Mounir Lazzez.
One of the things I'm looking for this round is Eldarov's conditioning. A coach at his level gives his heart and his soul and all of his body to his students. I wonder if he's been able to put in the time he needs to do a 5-round fight. I'm not certain we'll be able to tell at some point in this round.
You can just see, to your point, Phil, with Carrick as well, and the shorts right up on the leg of Lazzez, you can just see the welt. So that work has paid off. Nice strong jab as well there.
Eldar feinting the takedown.
Starting to time that kick now as well as Mounir Lazzez, the sniper, trying to look for that kill shot. Eldarov, he's comfortable standing this distance, and this would have been where you felt Lazzez has the big advantage. Comes in, a flurry, flying knee, and Eldarov covered up. It didn't land clean, and it's now Mounir Lazzez, who was clinching Eldarov up against the cage.
He may look to pop a few knees to the body here.
Both sharing underhooks. Goes for the trip.
Beautiful trip takedown from Eldar Eldarov.
And Lazzez gets back to his feet. The tax on that was a couple of short right hands to the chin. Yet again, Eldarov goes straight back to the working knees while trying to drag Lazzez to the canvas.
He has that arm chopped again, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him try and take Mounir down on that side. Mounir gets the arm out and throws a cheeky little back elbow.
That was dirty. Dirty in a good way.
Eldarov is a brilliant wrestler. He doesn't necessarily have to level change and shoot, which can get you kneed in the face. Instead, he grabs on like a bear and ruins people.
On high with the knee. And again, there's that little left hand. Now that brings me back to what I said in the first round. Constantly working, constantly landing shots. Never really taking that moment to rest and burying into that left thigh yet again.
And ever threatening the takedown.
Switches from the double to the single, runs the pipe, turns the corner, but Lazzez done well to defend it, looking to take the back.
And that's what I mean about Eldar. He wasn't necessarily having the greatest of success with that single. Transitions right away, just closes the distance and grabs Mounir by the back and look for that trip drag takedown again.
The sniper's doing an excellent job of returning to standing. Where he's weak is breaking that body lock. If he can't break that body lock, this is going to go on and on and on.
Looking to turn, and as soon as he does, Eldarov is out on the single. Nice elbows from Mounir Lazzez.
But just drops levels and takes the ankle beautifully of Lazzez.
Nice ankle pick to get it down, but again, to Kyric's point, it's back up to the knee, back up to the feet. Excellent work. Just looks to his corner for a little bit of advice. That's it, them sharp elbows. Again, always worth doing and make Eldarov think about it. That was successful. Work by Lazzez. That'll give him some confidence.
Nice job from Eldar.
Now it's Mounir Lazzez who's the stalker, just standing in front of Eldarov. Goes to the front seat, but nobody at home. Eldarov read it.
Quick shout out to Protein Health Food, our health food sponsor.
Again in on that single, runs the pipe on it. Beautifully done by Eldar Eldarov.
Excellent. Again, that control again, Phil. Just grabbed the ankle as it looked like Lazzez was going to get back up, but Lazzez does well to get his back to the cage again. He's up on one knee and looking to stand once more. Got to be careful of his back here, though. Unfortunately for Mounir Lazzez, it's excellent defensive wrestling, but you don't get points for defensive wrestling.
In this case, what you get is brutal knees to your thighs.
And it's that constant work. He doesn't give Mounir Lazzez a moment's rest, and it lands a nice left hand. Every time Lazzez tries to adjust and make something happen, Eldarov counters and lands a shot. And Lazzez, there's confidence there for him, Kerry. He's defending the takedown. When he does get taken down, he gets himself back up.
He gets himself back up, but unless he can deal with that body lock of Eldar Eldarov, I don't believe he's going to win this fight. He's got to hip in, break the grip, and then spin out. Otherwise, it's going to be a long, painful night for him.
Do that, Phil. What is the corner of Mounir Lazzez saying to him right now? What advice would you be giving if you were in that corner?
I would be telling him to work behind the jab, employ lateral movement, no straight lines, which usually classic strikers, they usually have that back and forth Thai style. I would like to see him light on the feet, work behind the jab, and try and catch Eldar, either coming in for the takedown, load a knee, load an uppercut. Definitely don't instigate the clinch with Eldar Eldarov.
Yeah. That was a throw where Lazzez landed awkwardly as well on that throw. Again, he was illustrated there on that replay. When he hits the mat, he's like a cat. He looks back to his feet instantly.
I'd like to see the sniper go after the legs and the body a little bit more. Eldarov's neck is so big, that is not an easy man to knock out.
Third round, let's see if Mounir Lazzez can make the adjustments. There will be confidence there in that he's got back up on numerous occasions when he was taken down, and no real significant damage apart from the knees to the thigh has really been done when he has been down. Trying to start letting his offense go, let them kicks go. Eldarov landing the inside leg kick.
What's been damaged to some extent is the sniper's cardio. Being wrestled like that, being thrown to the ground and forced to rise again and again is grueling.
Which one of these fighters is forever going to be written into the MMA history? The first ever champion at 165, a bit of a firefight breaking out. They were happy to sit down on their shots there. Beautiful inside leg kick. There's a lot of meat behind that one.
He threw his entire body into that leg kick. That wasn't a range-finding leg kick.
Just behind the knee as well. All adding up again, once again on that left lead leg of Mounir Lazzez.
It's almost as if Mounir is trying to counter Eldar. He's not employing any offense of his own. He's not giving Eldar something to think about.
I believe he's trying to set up something big. I can't tell you exactly what it is, but it looks like a fighter trying to set up something huge.
But Eldar reverts back to his bread and butter, the clinch.
It's the head position as well, under the chin, pushing his forehead into the jawline of Lazzez, and again, always peppering, landing shots, threatening for the takedown, throwing the overhand right above it. Just landing shots, constantly keeping Lazzez on point. Good work again, though, by Mounir Lazzez. Just framed off and gets out. Back in the center of the cage, and you can almost see, in comparison to his open fight, he has to really watch his kicks that he's throwing and his attacks, because as soon as he gets over aggressive, Eldarov will close the distance, perhaps get a body lock or takedown.
Eldar had his back a little bit too close to the fence. Not something you want to do with a striker of this fighter's caliber. It's getting pushed up a little too close to that fence.
You notice Mounir is employing a little bit more distance management. He's popping that jab, and almost as he's popping the jab, he's taking that half a step back. He's taking that half a yard back.
Still light on the feet, although the damage that has been done to the leg. He looks fine for the moment. Eldarov is almost taking a little back step here and not pushing the action as much as he was. Maybe taking a small breather, but catches the kick and looking for a wild right hand, but now in on the takedown as well.
There we see Lazzez pop right back up, and such intelligent wrestling for MMA there by Eldar Eldarov. Triangles the legs, elevates the legs above the hips, making it so much harder for Mounir Lazzez to get a base and get up again.
So he's trying to work elbows and he's trying to try and scoot his hips back to the cage. But he has a bear on top of him at the moment, who sits into mount.
That leg is just about to get shelved for a second time.
It's the wrist control on both sides as well by Eldarov, just controlling the limbs of Mounir Lazzez and nullifying what he can do. As soon as he tries to step away, he's got to pull them legs out again. But Mounir Lazzez, yet again, gets back to his feet. Credit to the young fighter. He's really demonstrating, like, because Eldarov is elite wrestling. When you say elite, it's not said easily. This guy is an absolute elite wrestler.
Oh, for sure.
And Lazzez is showing that he can compete in the sense that he can get back up. Wild right hand just off target by Eldarov on the separation, but yet again we're back to the center of the cage. Just under a minute to go in the third round.
Eldar's holding his hands a little bit lower. I'm not sure if that's fatigue, or I'm not sure if that's to bait Mounir Lazzez to come in and then shoot on him.
Nice jab popped in the face of Mounir Lazzez there by Eldarov. Lazzez goes with the kick, landed a nice right hand and went with the right high kick. Maybe sensing a little bit of tiredness in Eldarov. Little shots on the underneath there as well by Mounir Lazzez, but it's Eldarov who once again is in, hunting a takedown, looking to pick that ankle.
Beautiful takedown from Eldar Eldarov. Putting on a real wrestling clinic here, Noel.
10 seconds to go, and it must be as frustrating and complimentary as we are about Mounir Lazzez getting back to his feet, constantly getting taken down to get back up again must be very frustrating for him.
Very frustrating and extremely tiring. You're looking at somebody who, as we referred to earlier, has a body that's beginning to fill up to the brim with lactic acid.
I did notice at the end of that round, Mounir Lazzez was the first one to get up. Eldar stayed on his feet for a little bit and took some very deep breaths. Because I also think that this level of wrestling that we're seeing from Eldar Eldarov takes it out of the wrestler as well. The offensive wrestling's cardio gets sapped as well by being so aggressive and going for those takedowns.
Just see, at the end of that round, you can see Mounir trying to pour it on a little bit more. Zach can be aggressive. As soon as he did, though, it's illustrated here by Eldarov. When you get too close, he will grab you and drag you into that deep water yet again. About to enter the championship rounds here for the vacant super lightweight brave world title. You have to think that Eldarov is 3 rounds to the good here. You mentioned it, Kieran. What as a head coach, has he invested, has he put the training in 4 to 5 rounds? We're entering the championship round, so we're going to find out.
He is a great coach. This is somebody who sacrifices himself for his students.
You might see Mounir Lazzez turn the dial to 11 here and really push the action. He's got to be careful to watch that distance management you said, Phil, because if he gets too close, he's going to get tied up and dragged down.
I'd like to see him work off that jab a little bit more. Put the jab in Eldar's face, because then that hides what's coming next. So start off with the jab, incorporate that. One of the most underutilized weapons in an MMA fighter's toolbox is the jab.
Eldarov just circling to his left, but that's circling into that right head kick of Lazzez. Mounir, he's got to be careful.
Eldarov needs distance. Eldarov cannot let his butt get just a few inches from this fence.
4th round starts here with Mounir Lazzez putting the pressure on Eldarov.
Eldarov needs to be very careful circling out this way to his left-hand side, because that is right in to the head kick from Mounir Lazzez. And I think that's almost what Lazzez was trying to do, cut off the angle.
Make him circle into that power shot. Eldarov just having a look to see, but nothing of note as yet. Maybe he's just charging the batteries up to get ready to attack.
He's waiting for that second wind to come along. It'll probably happen in the next 2 minutes or so.
A couple of feints now at that takedown, and tries to throw the heavy inside leg kick yet again on that lead leg of Mounir Lazzez. The sniper went with it, looking for the flying knee.
Take the takedown, change levels and come up with the knee, but Eldar was wise to it.
You can definitely see that Mounir feels that Eldarov is maybe tiring, so he's trying to walk him down.
Brilliant job by the sniper of not punching too much. He's really punching a beautiful amount.
Not a lot of output so far in this 4th round. Nice left hand there, just grazed.
Nice overhand from Eldar coming in.
He's starting to engage now that we're almost at the halfway point of the 4th round. Lazzez is stalking and he's cutting off the cage, and Eldarov, again, as we've said, Phil, needs to be careful circling to his left.
He's circling into the power hand, and more dangerously, he's circling into the power head kick.
And for the 3rd time in the round, he's just seeing Eldarov sort of reach and threaten that takedown, just to see the reaction.
That's a beautiful jab.
Each time he throws the jab, you can see Eldarov trying to counter with a check hook. Lazzez turns the heat up here. He could really put it on.
Eldarov's jaw is getting loose. That's a bad sign for a fighter.
Well, granted that this is for the 165-pound super lightweight title, but even then, Eldar is still absolutely huge.
Huge.
So he's going to have to work really hard. His body's going to have to work super hard to supply blood and oxygen to those muscles.
In on that single and was chasing it. Good work again though by Mounir Lazzez to keep it in the standing realm. He's looking to dig that underhook and turn Eldarov, but Eldarov leans his mass into him.
Eldarov's core strength is off the charts.
As he separates, and good work was maybe looking to try and counter off that break, but opportunity wasn't there.
That's bound to give Mounir Lazzez confidence. It's also bound to give his corner confidence, knowing that they can now contend with the takedown of Eldar Eldarov.
The inside leg kick yet again by Eldarov. Faked the leg kick and almost done a shimmy to land that right hand.
Oh, he got caught coming in there with the check hook of Mounir Lazzez.
He's looking for the uppercut. If that landed, we would have had to change the name of this card from Pride and Honor to Brave 23 Uppercut.
He switches to the double, may look to grab the ankle.
And them elbows again, they all add up as well. Good work just trying to maybe stuff the head down of Eldarov. Eldarov really hunting for that takedown. They feel the takedown may steal the round, but Lazzez again on the break. Eldarov almost looked tired, but now they have a fight. Both fighters throwing bones at each other at a beautiful end of the fourth round. The both fighters, it looked like they were going to re-engage after the bell, but it was more of a posture of strength by both individuals. But perhaps that's the first round, and perhaps the momentum has taking a slight swing in favor of the Tunisian.
Again, we saw Eldar Eldarov go back to his corner and sit down on the ground. Now, I don't know if that was just because he's such a chill guy or because he is gassed.
It was interesting enough there, one of the cornermen for Eldar Eldarov just came over and asked Kieran, is this the fifth round? So, what your point was, Phil, about Eldarov going back to the corner, I don't know if it's just maybe the corner man lost count of what round we're in, or is that concern due to the gas tank of Eldarov?
But we're seeing here in the replays Mounir Lazzez's ability to defend the takedown now, and I think that's a mark of perhaps Eldar Eldarov is feeling this fight now that we're into the championship rounds, now that we're into the deep waters of the fight.
Both fighters just dug in their heels and were throwing bombs at each other to end that fourth round. Mounir Lazzez standing, waiting. Yeah, both fighters squaring off and making eye contact. Surprised the referee is actually allowing them to walk so freely towards each other. We won't have to wait much longer. The fifth and final round to crown the Brave Combat Federation Super Lightweight Champion. Who wants it? Put your gloves in, the fifth round's underway.
Mounir Lazzez is bound to know that, yes, his last round, he won the last round in my opinion. He worked very well. But I believe he lost rounds 1, 2, and 3. So potentially, even if he wins these 2 rounds, he may be on the end of a decision that he doesn't want. So I expect him to up the volume, to up the pace in this third and final round, because I believe he needs a finish if he wants to become the champion.
That's his fifth jab by Mounir Lazzez. And Eldarov was throwing hands there to trade, but it looked like he wanted to take down more. He's closed that and got the distance in. He did. Shots he was throwing were winging shots. Didn't want to get into a firefight with the sniper.
The sniper's corner telling him to throw more of those elbows to the head.
Eldarov in on the single, and Lazzez again landing them elbows from that position. Switches to the opposite side, and Mounir just ripping the head up of Eldarov.
Using that face bar very well.
In on the single, but while previously he was doing a lot of work while in on takedowns, that work has now stopped, where he's just working for the takedown, not adding the knees, not adding the short shots. Lazzez could get out of here and separate. He does.
Eldar looked a little bit laboured getting up there off his knee.
Still throwing big shots back though is Eldar Eldarov. Both exchange jabs, the stiffer jab coming from Lazzez. Looks right hand. Again by Mounir, looks for the kick. Nobody home, just out of range. Leaning back, Eldarov. It's intriguing to think we went 3 rounds. It was a 3-round fight. They're scoring a 30-27 to Eldarov. We're now in the 5th and final round, and it looks like it's Mounir Lazzez putting the pressure and could be running out of time in rounds. Again, the output is stopped and peppering the jab, looking for that right hand, but good work by Eldarov with the trip. Beautiful by Eldar Eldarov.
That's absolutely beautiful.
Huge
work.
move. Huge moment in this fight.
And that just shows no matter how tired you are or how gassed, when you're that elite of a grappler and wrestler, you can go back to that no matter how tired you are and pull that off.
If your name is Eldar Eldarov.
Strong elbows from the bottom by Lazzez. He's not giving up this yet.
Mounir puts the foot on the hip as if to push Eldar away. He needs to get back to his feet if he wants to become the first ever super lightweight champion.
Just trying to hold Eldarov down, maybe want the referee to give some assistance to stand up, but Eldarov is doing enough work to keep the referee satisfied. Stuffing the head, his forehead just under the chin of Lazzez, and pops up with a nice left hand. Lazzez needs to do what he was doing in the previous rounds. He needs to get himself up against that cage wall and get back up. Here in the open canvas, it's a lot harder to get out from underneath this bear.
He's putting a foot in the hip, but it looks like he's trying to set up a back take rather than stand.
Excellent elbows from the bottom. He's now scooched his way right in front of us here in the broadcast.
Just over a minute left. What can Mounir Lazzez do?
Big elbow from Eldarov. He just postures up, lands the elbow, resets, postures up, lands the elbow, steps across into half guard. Big position here for Eldar Eldarov. I'm sure he can almost feel the Brave title going around his waist at this time. He knows he's moments away from creating history. Lazzez does well to get it back to full guard. Coming up on 30 seconds to go in the 5th and final round, and Eldarov, although he may be tired, he has thrown everything he can, continuing to work. The momentum may have swung in round 4, but it's swung right back. And the Russian can almost touch the belt at this stage.
Eldar's doing everything he needs to do right now in this fight. That's a little bit too little too late for Mounir Lazzez.
Eldar Eldarov ends up on top of Mounir Lazzez. Mounir, incredible performance to get up his arm and back to have him back in 4th fight. He showed him all in a world title fight. He said, I feel like fighters show their mixed martial artists. Fighters show that they live in the world.
judges scored the bout 50-45, and one judge scored the bout 49-46 for your winner by unanimous decision and new Brave Combat Federation Super Lightweight Champion of the World from the Kingdom of Bahrain.